Hey, Daryl, good to see you as always. Today we're talking about the top 3 reasons to work with an independent advisor, which you are. As the markets have become increasingly complex, there are a lot of those really large companies that are turning more and more to automation or non personalized advice. But when I'm seeking out an advisor, what I hear over and over again is that I should be working with somebody who is a fiduciary. So, what is a fiduciary or the fiduciary standard?
Okay, so Erin, that's a great question. I actually have a prop here, something that I took off the internet. The fiduciary and financial advisor. The difference lies in what the terms actually mean. See, a financial advisor is just a job description,
Hmm.
which can include a fiduciary or a non-fiduciary advisor. The key is the entity that holds the advisor's license, or that the entity that holds my license, is a fiduciary. So by virtue of my securities license, I have to operate and uphold the fiduciary standard. That means that I always, without any excuse or exception, operate in the best interest of my clients. So that's what a fiduciary means. You're always operating in the best interest of your clients.
I gotta say that sounds rather important to me. In the
Oh, it
past few
is.
years, yeah, in the past few years, the entire financial landscape has changed. Millions have decided to retire early. There are new record highs in the equity markets. And I was surprised to learn recently that since 2017, there's been an increase in people who are seeking out independent advisors. It's jumped by 18%. What do you think is behind that spike?
Well, I think part of it is that there's just so much noise out there. There's
Yeah.
there's there's so much information, and
Hmm.
I think that as people get a little bit older, as they head towards retirement, they start to understand that what they have is what they have, and you really only get one chance to be successful, to put together a successful plan and operate it the right way. So I think that as things get more tumultuous, people look for ways to get good answers. I also think, Erin, the so for me as an independent advisor, one thing that was super important to me was the solutions that I could provide people. And so if I just explain it like this, there are investment solutions and there are insurance solutions, and there are many advisors who sell one or sell the other, and that's something you don't want to look for at all. You want to stay away from that, because I've always believed that the answer to securement, which is the word I use to describe a secure retirement, that it really revolves around having good investments and using insurance or annuities or long-term care where it's appropriate, not for everybody, but where it's appropriate. So I think that now something else that I would want to add, Aaron, is that one thing that's super important as we go back to this fiduciary concept is that somebody like me, I am not compensated at all, not
Right.
one penny, to steer your money in any particular direction. So we talk about solutions. It's very important that you know that there's a whole world of solutions, but we also talk about sort of a fee transparency, in that, to understand that if I'm getting compensated to put you here, then there's it's not good. It's
Right. You
not good.
understand there's no cookie cutter approach to this. So I want to be working with an independent advisor who can mix and match all these products to make sure that my financial future is what I want.
Well, right. Everybody's different, and
Right.
so you may have a pension, you may be married, unmarried, you may have a lot of money, a little bit of money, you could spend a lot of money, spend a little bit of money. There's all kinds of things. So when we hear about models and the approach, we have to be very careful that we're taking into consideration you, and not Frank, and not Sally, and nobody else.
Yeah, that's great. I don't like Frank and Sally. Never did.
No, no, bad
Just
people.
kidding. I do want to know though, Daryl, as an independent advisor, how do you measure success for your clients?
Well, you know, I would say that what is most fulfilling for me is when people tell me they can sleep at night, or when people thank me for what I'm doing. So that's sort of the anecdotal type of evidence that I would get. But really, I'm a small businessman. I mean, I have a book of clients, and I have to work those clients. I have to always be putting them first, because um, uh, there's nobody else that's going to do anything for Daryl,
Right.
right? Daryl has to do everything for Daryl. So because I'm a small business person, I don't want to lose clients. I want to keep everybody happy. So my accountability is to my clients, and I really like it that way.
Mhm. Makes a lot of sense. If somebody would like to speak with you a little bit more about this, or maybe some other benefits of working with an independent advisor, what's the best way to reach you?
Sure. So you can go to roseadvisorygroup.com. That's the website. In the upper right hand corner and other places, you'll see Speak to Us. And you can click and get right in my calendar. We can meet virtually and see if I can answer your questions.
All right, perfect. Daryl, thank you.
Thank you.